So basically, I'm here to tell a story of just one man amongst a million others in this very shoe I'm about to speak of. So it's Saturday morning, and I'm in the kitchen doing my usual morning chores, noise of plates, the water running down the tap, and suddenly there are stamping feet from up the street, down the street, and whoa, there's a scream, and the plate falls on the ground because it's too early for that kind of scream now. And you know what just happened? Life has been unfair to a wife. A daughter lost a father. A son lost a father. See, I can feel Eli's pain. See, I can almost touch it, although I've not been in his shoes. Because I see the tears rolling down his eyes. He no longer feels only the ache in his chest. He drinks his pain because he's always crying. And I really can hold it. See, Eli is tired of living. There's a hole in his whole being, and he's so blind that he can't see it. Eli just came to serve his beloved country, Nigeria, and hoped to run back into the arms of Mama to eat that delicious fatty jollof rice with a touch of moi moi and pepper. You know how it goes, especially in Yoruba land. But this is a fateful day because Eli gets a phone call. And Eli becomes mad because that Mama that he was hoping to go and see after the passing out parade has just passed on. Mama died. Mama didn't say goodbye. And it's the same way Papa left and he didn't come back home. The very ones that he loved, they said goodbye before night. And he really hopes that nobody will dare tell him that God knows why. Because the only thing he ever expressed was sincerity in the relationship he had with Mama and Papa. He only expressed the purity of loving, the purity of caring, because of course he was taught that God is love and love is God. And whoever is born of God was what? Love. And that is all he did for Mama and Papa. But how dare they live without goodbye? Fast forward. Eli is now a man. Eli has to raise up. Society is telling Eli not to cry. He's a man. Eli is 29. He's not yet married. He's so confused. He doesn't know the step to take. Eli tries to live life one day at a time. But just like Crystalline says, he's singing to Jesus. If you're looking from heaven down, you will see that it's worse now than then. Stealing and killing, cheating and crime. And this time around, there's a whole different new level of crime. Because you wake up in the morning and you just heard that somebody died. Some people are responsible for his death, and everyone is putting together to see how to defend that person. But in the end, we know that we may not see anything. Eli wants to live life. Eli is tired. And remember, I said Eli is just one amongst a million in these shoes. Eli is one amongst a million in these shoes. He wished he could just capture this life that Jesus has shown him. But something is blocking because the light is not going through that lens into his heart. And he's throwing in the towel. Or better still, he feels he should just jump into the well. I hope that my brother has a message for Eli. He will soon be here to sing a song, and I pray that Eli will draw strength from that song. And I'm not just talking about the Eli in this story. I'm talking about others amongst the million in this room that are in different kind of shoes that feel pain. And sometimes, and even now, you are even drinking the pain because you cry every night. And I pray that you stand. I pray that in the middle of this, even when it feels like every expectation that everybody is having, you have just finished school. When are you getting a job? When will you go for youth service? Auntie, when will you marry? Please, can you just leave me alone? I want to live my life one day at a time. I am tired. I don't want to think anymore. Can I just have amnesia? Or how do they call it? Amnesia. I don't want to think anymore. I don't want to remember that I am alive. But then, I just need to be a part of my life because obviously I'm the one living, right? I pray that you remember that I and Eli and you are only one among the million others in these different shoes. Or should we talk about the pregnant woman who first she believed God for a baby and she's now pregnant, but then goes to the labor ward, and for the love and joy that she would soon hold the baby in her hand, she screams the last of every breath that she has, only to hold the baby. And you know what? Time stops because that baby that just started crying has stopped crying. That baby, she was so opportune that she could see the eyes of that baby. Oh, she saw God in his face. Just like the song says, Mary, did you know that your baby boy was going to walk upon water? And she hoped that one day she would sing that song and say, did you know that your pretty little baby was going to become the governor of his state? But obviously, she didn't have the chance to sing that song. Probably a matter, did you know? Remember, I, Eli, this woman, and everyone here in this room are only one amongst a million in these shoes. Or should I go further to tell you the story of my little friend? Oh, this little baby did nothing wrong. All she ever did was to come to earth, to a father and a mother who decided they were going to get married without checking their genotype. And they were going to put her through so much pain and so much agony. All she ever did was, okay, Lord, you are looking for a child to be born to Mr. and Mrs. Akpan. Yes, sir, I will go. And Mr. and Mrs. Akpan refused to do the necessary. And now she has to bear the burden. But I got a call some days ago and found that she was dead. Whose fault is it? These are different shoes that we all wear. Some high heels, some low heels, some flat. They said only who wears the shoes know where it pricks, right? I don't know what shoes you're wearing. I don't know what shoes you're wearing, but my brother's coming up to sing, a big brother. And I hope that you hear the message that he's about to tell you, because I think you need those